Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing an unboxing and first look of the newly released Rival RB100 Pro Bag Gloves. So check it out. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here. Today I'm excited to do an unboxing and first look on the newly released Rival RB100 Professional Bag Gloves. These retail for $224.95 on the Rival Boxing website. You can get it in 5 different colorways. I got mine in the blue and silver colorway, as well as 4 different sizes: small, medium, large, or XL. I decided to get mine in medium. The way they determine sizing for this particular glove is by weight and hand circumference. There is a sizing chart located on the Rival website that you can use to determine what is the correct size for you. So let's go ahead and get this box open and take a look at the gloves. Now, when I first saw these gloves, this is essentially a bag glove that looks kind of like to be like the cousin, or should I say the relative, of the Rival RS100 sparring gloves. Both gloves use a synthetic microfiber. I'm trying to be careful not to cut the gloves. They also have this little tag right here that says do not use blades to open, which obviously I'm using a blade, but when I do cut this, I'm really careful. That way, obviously, the last thing you want to do is come right in and cut right into the glove. So just being careful with that. And I'll kind of score the opening just really lightly so I don't cut it into the actual glove on the inside. And then from there, I just take my time and get the edges open. And once I have that open, I can pretty much rip the rest of the box open. So standard post office box that you have here. So the first thing I have is going to be a Rival of Las Vegas sticker. And it looks like that's Navarrete, if I can tell, on the sticker. So I'll show that to you guys. So I have Navarrete right there with his white, red, and blue Rival gloves. So include a nice little sticker, and pulling the bag out. Like a lot of Rival products, they all come in this nylon drawstring bag that you can use also as a bag to carry your gloves in, or if you want to throw any of your equipment or gear in this bag and take it with you to the gym, you can do so. But it's a satin kind of nylon bag. It says Rival Boxing Gear USA, Las Vegas, boxing capital of the world, rivalboxing.com. So I'm assuming they ship this out from their Las Vegas store. If you've ever been to Vegas, they do have a brick and mortar storefront. So not only do they ship internationally, but they also have a store there where you can purchase boxing gear from Rival. And what's nice about their store in Vegas is that it's relatively close to the airport, and they pretty much have everything there that you see online, their website. So if you're somebody like myself that likes to try things on before I buy it, if you happen to be in the Vegas area, you might want to check them out, see them in person. And sometimes you might get lucky. They might have a pro boxer there that you might be a fan of that's stopping by themselves to swing by and pick up gear themselves. So that's the nice thing about stopping by that Rival location. Go ahead and open up the drawstring bag and go ahead and pull out the gloves. So there you have it. Here are the RB100 bag gloves. And again, you can see the colorways they use are the same as the RS100 gloves. The same blue and silver. They have a red and silver, a green and gold, and like 2 others that I can't remember, but they do have, black and gold, and I think a white. Maybe if I'm thinking right, but just check it out on the website. So you do have the plastic wrap. Go ahead and open this. See this in person. All right, so first glove that's out. It's going to be the right glove. You have a little bit of plastic, and they have that kind of lined up against the finger compartment so that when the gloves are in this plastic bag, it offers like a layer of protection. Go ahead and take that plastic out. And you also do have a tag that is attached to the bottom. Nothing protects better, D3O. So this has D3O inside the padding. You do have a QR code there. I'm assuming you can scan that and it probably takes you to the D3O website. So you can see what D3O is all about. And you also have the rival tag right there. So 2 tags, one's for D3O, other one's for the rival website. There is the right glove, and here is the left glove. Take the plastic out of this guy. So you can see they do a nice job. Everything's pretty well protected and packaged in there. So, all right, so here are the gloves next to each other. Again, aesthetically very similar to the RS100 gloves, but one thing that is very noticeable is going to be these are much more compact. Just from my initial look at it, compared to the RS100, it's definitely a little bit more of a compact glove. Same colorways as RS100, which is totally fine with me. I think they did a really nice job picking the colorway, so I really like the clean look of this blue and silver. I was kind of stuck between this blue as well as the red one. I was right there that close to getting the red, but I just decided to pull the trigger and get the blue. So again, utilizes their premium microfiber, which is basically their version of a synthetic polyurethane. There's a lot of companies that are using this now as well, this type of material. They also put on the description on their website that they use a newer style of layered foam padding with D3O that is also ingrained into that layered foam padding. Obviously, I don't know how they sandwiched everything in there without actually having to cut the gloves open, but they do have D3O and layered foam padding. So maybe some open closed cell foam, maybe EVA in here to give you a good level of protection for your bag work. The padding on this actually feels more on the firm side. One thing I noticed also now that I'm pressing down on it, it kind of has kind of like a memory foam feel. At least on this outer padding, when I press down on it, it's definitely on the firm side, but when you push in, it's not like molded foam to where it just bounces back right away and it's extremely stiff. When you push into this foam, it actually kind of forms to your finger, or at least to whatever's pressing on it. So now that I'm pressing on the foam, it actually has a decent amount of give to it. So that's the good thing. I like that. I like the fact that it doesn't feel ultra stiff and bouncy. It actually has a little bit of give to it the more you press into that foam. So you have that, but it's definitely more on the firm side. Standard Rival logo in silver on the back of the glove. You also have the Rival logo. It's a rubberized patch. Really clean. I like the way they do that with that Rival logo. And the patch is somewhat recessed into the back of the Velcro strap. It has a little bit of a raised edge, but this is a bag glove, so you shouldn't be concerned using this glove for sparring at all because it's designed for bag work. You do have a silver colored thumb right there. You also have a full length attached thumb. It comes all the way from right here to stitch down to the V portion where the thumb meets the back of the hand. So you have that as well. You have the Rival logo, like a lot of their gloves, right here on the fingertip. You also have a synthetic mesh palm on the palm side, again, just like the RS100. And you have a pretty firm grip bar, which I like, and it's more of a kind of like a flat grip bar rather than a rounded grip bar. So once I put the gloves on, I'll tell you how that feels when I make a fist with that. So synthetic mesh, ergonomic true fist construction, which is written right there. And the biggest feature of this glove is going to be their wrist support or the wrist strapping system. So you have essentially this tapered wrist support or wrist strap, Velcro strap that cuts across right here. Move this other glove out of the way for now. So you have this tapered strap. You can see how much room it takes up over your wrist and bottom portion of your hand. So you have that wrist strap that wraps around. It does say RB100 bag glove in medium, so you have your size there. So it wraps around, and you have that Velcro strap right there, and then you'll see on the back, you have the Velcro, and then you have the inner wrist lock 3 system. So you have this inner strap right here that essentially cuts through. There's an opening right here on this larger strap. So you have this smaller strap. It does have a rubberized tab at the end, so if you have the other glove on, it's easy to grip it with your glove on. So you have that, and then it comes down and attaches. And then on the inside, You can see how it kind of cuts through right there. So you have an opening right here, cuts through that and goes through. The inside liner is a standard tri-cot liner. I noticed that they actually added the Rival logo to the inside liner as well. I don't think I remember seeing that on the older RS100. So this might be a new feature. And you also notice that on the inside part of the Velcro strap, they have Rival printed on that as well. There is a tag on the inside. My best assumption is the where it's manufactured. So you do have a QR code right there. It does say Pro, has like an ID number. It looks like these were manufactured back on July 28th, 2024. And these are made in Pakistan. So you do have that tag right on the inside right there. So you have that. So let's go ahead and slide the gloves on and see how they feel. Starting with my left hand. So first things first, they feel very compact on the inside. So I believe that this medium for weight wise is supposed to be, I believe, for someone that's between 100. Let me look it up real quick while I'm doing this for you guys. So sizing chart for the Rival RB100, and again you can see this on their website, which I'll show you right here. I don't know if I can capture it on video, but so for the RB100, the small is up to 135 pounds for the fighter's weight. The hand circumference max is 7.75 inches. So the hand circumference, there's a picture, but it basically, when you spread your palm out, you get measuring tape and you measure around the circumference of your hand. That does not include your thumb. It's just from your index finger around your pinky. So you use that to measure. For medium, which I have here, it's 135 to 154 pounds, which is generally what my weight is around, with a max hand circumference of 8.25 inches. Large is 160 to 190 pounds with a max hand circumference of 9 inches. And then XL is over 200 pounds. Max of 10 inches in circumference. One thing I will mention is that it does give you the weights, but this is a bag glove, right? So to me, the more important feature to look at would be your hand circumference, because you want the glove obviously to be nice and snug on your hand, but you don't want it to be so tight where it's uncomfortable, right? So I would look more at the hand circumference rather than your weight, because your weight can fluctuate. You can gain weight, you can lose weight, but your hand circumference will always be the same, pretty much, right? So I would go off that measurement more than I would go with the weight. So, you know, and maybe I would size up a little bit just for my initial feel of it. I would probably go with a little bit of a size up that way, because even with hand wraps on, I could tell you right now, with this being even size medium based on my weight, and I measured my hand, it's definitely a very snug fit. I can definitely foresee this being a glove that I'll probably use without hand wraps just because of how snug it feels. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo the other side as well. So, and just kind of demonstrate with both gloves, you can grab this other tab. So that's one thing you always have to think about too when you deal with any of these gloves that have like a dual Velcro system, is when you have one glove on already, how do you strap this one? And they did a good job of giving you that extra rubber tab right there to really lock that in and come across. And then from there, you can grab the outside strap and then put that on there. So I'm gonna do it with this glove as well. Get that wrist strap locked in. And you can see that wrist strap is essentially giving you a locked in feel higher up. Now, this is not the first time we've seen companies use a system like this where you have an inner strap. There's a lot of companies that have done that, but you can see this is Rival's iteration of that. And I believe they also have a patent they're working on, if not already, for this strap system. So you have that, and then of course you have the outer Velcro that kind of comes around and tapers and locks in on the back of your hand. So there you have it. So yeah, first things first, you know, the thing I noticed the most is definitely more of a snug fit. The inside liner is that nice soft foamy liner that Rival uses, and some of their other gloves are RS100. So if you're familiar with those gloves, it's essentially the same liner. Thumb positioning is great. So a nice parallel thumb. I could pull down and make a fist, and I don't feel like the tip of the thumb is being dragged in or pulled in. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. Depth of the finger compartment, nice and deep. Width-wise, I'd say it's right on par with the sizing. Definitely more on the compact side, but I don't have huge hands. I have medium-sized normal hands, so I don't feel like my fingers are crowding, or nor is the space too wide. And you also have like a secondary piece of foam that goes over the stitching, so you get like a secondary grip bar. And the grip bar is definitely nice and large and firm, that rectangular grip bar to make a nice grip. I'd say that the padding definitely is going to take some time to break in. That's about as far as I can go with opening my hand without really pushing hard against it. So there's going to be definitely a break-in period with these gloves. But yeah, overall really comfortable. And then of course the wrist support, it definitely feels very locked in. This is the wrist support that maybe if you have some type of wrist injury and you obviously you don't want to stay away from the gym too long, you want to stay sharp and stay in shape, but you can't go too heavy with bag work. This is a really nice wrist support system so far, that it feels like it locks my hand into place, both on my left and my right hand. So really nice job in terms of the design, how that kind of crisscrosses, and you have that on the back. So that feels like it's locked in very well. Obviously there's that synthetic mesh, not a lot of people are a big fan of that. One thing to keep in mind is if you do throw these into your into your gym bag, excuse me, watch out for Velcro, because Velcro tends to want to get caught on that synthetic mesh, and it'll start to fray it. So if you do throw this in your bag, just be mindful that Velcro can damage that. So keep the Velcro away from that. The padding itself, let me take this other glove off real quick. Definitely, again, feels more on the protective and firm side. This is the type of glove that, from a design standpoint, Rival obviously was going for big punchers, people that have a lot of power, which is, anybody out there that has power can attest to that. Over 12, 15, 20 rounds of heavy bag work, if you have a glove that is softer, it's definitely going to take its toll in terms of the overall, I'm gonna say health of your hands, but you'll definitely feel it in your knuckles in your hands, especially a day later if you're going really hard on the heavy bag. So with a glove like this for bag work, it does a really good job. I feel like it's gonna do a really good job of absorbing shock and really giving you a lot more energy to go through those heavy bag workouts and feel satisfied and feel comfortable that you can go really heavy on the heavy bag and not worry about doing any damage to your hand. To me, this is going to be good for heavy bag work. Everything else in the gym, hitting the mitts, hitting the bag, obviously not for sparring. But once I start using these in my training, break them in a little bit more, and then I can eventually do a review. Then from there, I really know, and I'll have the full story on what I think about these RB100s. But so far, very promising. I love the way they look. They feel really good, super comfortable, nice thumb. Very supportive around the wrist, forearm, and lower portion of my palm as well. So looking forward to trying these out, and eventually I will do a review on these and let you guys know my final thoughts. So if you guys have any questions or comments, you guys know what to do. Put them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Rival RB100 professional bag gloves, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.